here with me today, and I am here at Mama's house, and we've decided we're going to do a little crafting today. It has been a while since we've made anything.
Since we made a craft, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been a
while.
while.
Yeah. So what we thought we would do, last week I shared with you, and I know a lot of you probably saw that video, it was bowl fillers. And one of the rye baskets that I had filled with these candles. And I told you that these came from the Dollar Tree and that they were just little emergency candles. So this week we're going to show you how to make these. It's so simple. You don't need that many things. Most of it you probably already have. So first I'm going to show you what kind of supplies you're going to need. You're just going to need these emergency candles. They come 6 to a pack, and we got these at Dollar Tree. And so we've got 3 packs of these. And this is a very inexpensive little craft too, because you can dip so many candles in this mixture that we're making. So you can just pull one of those out and show them what that looks like. And you can tell it's shaped similar to this. Yeah, and this one's been burned just a little bit. Both of these have. So you're going to need those candles. And again, that's at the Dollar Tree. And then we also, while we were there, we picked up a couple of packs of these longer taper candles, and they're just white, and they were $1.25 for 2. So we're going to try our luck at, I usually do the emergency candles, but we thought we would try these and see how these do.
These drip real pretty too.
They do. Yeah. When they burn, the little,
like those,
I'll try to give you guys a closer picture of how they kind of drip down the candle. It looks so pretty, doesn't it, when they drip like that. And then you're going to need, what we have used is a tin can, like Bush's, the little Bush's baked beans come in, or I think this was a soup can.
It was a soup can, yeah.
Soup can, but it needs to be taller than just a regular can, because what you're going to do, you want to make sure that your can is tall enough that when you're holding your little wick, and we might get us some needle nose pliers to hold it by, but you want to make sure that you can get that all the way down in there and dip that candle. So get you a can, and then we need an old cookie sheet. I guess you wouldn't have to have an old cookie sheet.
No, just
something to make your mixture in, because we're going to make a mixture of charcoal, coffee, and maybe a little spices if you want to add in a little spices, maybe for a little smell. But for these, we're just going to use charcoal and coffee. And y'all are probably thinking, what on earth are you going to do with this charcoal on these candles? But I'll show you. It's really neat. I have made these before. They turn out really pretty. So just line your cookie sheet with some wax paper. And then, let's go ahead and do that. And I got my wax paper at the Dollar Tree. I just did all my little shopping at the Dollar Tree this morning.
All of it.
Yeah. Well, get this out of here. Got a hole in that piece.
Well, you did that. Well, you did that good.
Waxy side out. Yeah. And this is just an old cookie sheet that Mama was about to get ready to throw away, so it won't really matter if we get wax or anything on here. And then the other, so we've got our cookie sheet with our wax paper, and then you'll need some coffee. This was just a little pack of coffee that we got at the Dollar Tree, $1.25. Now this, I didn't get at the Dollar Tree because it didn't have any, but this is just charcoal.
Most everybody has some charcoal.
And yet, you know, if you've got a grill outside that's not a gas grill and you use charcoal, I've done this before we got our gas grill. Just go out there and dig some out of the bottom and put it in a little Ziploc bag.
Burn wood too, and if anybody burns wood
I guess
on
you
the
could do, anywhere you've got some old remnants of just some blackish, ashy looking charcoal will work. So we've got a whole big bag of charcoal just for these few candles we're going to do.
Yeah, probably need 1 briquette. That's all we're going to use.
Yeah, that's probably all we're going to do. Okay. So now the last thing we'll need some wax. And I bought this wax. It's just like, what's it, paraffin?
It's like they call it candle wax, don't they?
Okay, we bought this at Hobby Lobby. And right now, and I'll put it on my screen, all the candle making wax is 40% off. So this was $10.99 with 40% off. So I think it was $8 and something, but this will probably dip quite a few candles. Hopefully this will fill our can up. So that's the last thing you'll need is the wax. So for those of you that don't want to go to Hobby Lobby and get the candle making wax, This is just regular old paraffin wax. This is Gulf wax. They still make it. You can buy it on Amazon. You can probably get it at Walmart, but that will work just as good as the candle wax if you'd rather do that, or maybe you have some on hand. So the first thing we're going to do, let's do our mixture first, and then we'll melt our wax and dip our candles. So the first thing we're going to do is try to mash up some of these charcoal. So we're just going to put some of these charcoal. I think, how many did you put in there? About 6.
7.
You can always save what you have left
Well,
over.
that little bag, I just put 7.
Okay, so all we're going to do,
They're gonna mash?
yeah, try to mash these without busting them out of the bag.
I know.
Oh yeah, they're.
Oh,
Now look at the difference in how I hit and how Mama hit.
because I'm wild. Wow.
Our bag's leaking.
Oh, the bag's leaking. Well, there's
Okay.
our. Oh my goodness.
No. Now is that a thicker?
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got our charcoal all mashed up. We still have a few little pieces in there that aren't all the way fine, but I think it'll be fine. Now we're just going to add in some coffee. This came from the Dollar Tree for $1.25, just a little thing of coffee. We're just going to mix in some coffee. I think that's probably enough. I'll let you stir it. Mix it up. I'll get this. Ooh, that coffee smells
Ooh, it
good.
smells good, doesn't
Coffee
it?
smells so good. So we're just mixing this all up. I think we need a little more coffee.
Yeah, probably need more. You probably got too
like
much
that.
charcoal, reckon?
Well, this will, like I said earlier, this will make so many batches.
Oh, yeah.
I
Save
think that we need some more coffee.
Well, that might be enough. I think it might be enough. It's
I
you.
think that's enough coffee.
Oops.
Okay. All right. So I used about half that bag of coffee, and we used 6 charcoal
7.
pieces.
I think I had 7.
Seven
That's a lot
charcoal
of
pieces
charcoal.
and a half a bag of this coffee.
It gets finer down there in the bottom. We kind of
Oh,
knock
yeah.
the.
Yeah, when we get ready to roll them. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over here on Mama's stove, and we're gonna take our little can, and I'll show you what we're gonna do next to melt our wax. Okay, so what we've done, we've got us a pot that's about halfway full of water. We're just gonna kind of use it like a double boiler. And then we're gonna put our wax in this can, and then we're just gonna set this down in here and let that melt the wax. So let's open up our wax.
Clean.
Yeah. So we put one of our, let's try, oh, well, I filled it with water right off the get-go. Okay. See if I can get, that'll maybe be heavy.
That'll
to
hold it down,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can already tell, look,
It's already melting,
It's
yeah.
already melting, yeah.
That'll probably do a lot of candles right away.
I think it will. But what we want to do, we want to make sure that when this wax melts, that we have it deep enough that where we dip our candle, it's covering the entire candle. And you even want to get some of it on the wick,
up
because
there,
that
yeah.
wick will kind of get that black look to it.
Like
That's
yours,
what makes it
those
pretty.
you had, yeah.
Candle.
Well, where did those come from on the mantle? On the.
Now we have bought candles before from this sweet friend of ours. She used to set up out at the Nashville flea market when we used to go for years. Betty Baker.
Oh yeah.
She makes the most beautiful candles. Oh my goodness, her candles are so pretty.
Oh,
So I've got,
amazing.
I think the ones that I have hanging on my fireplace that are
On
hung
that stem.
upside down, kind of where the taper faces this way, they're hung on a metal piece. Those all came from Miss Betty Baker. She is just really, really good at making candles. So don't claim to be. This is just my little cheap trick of trying to do some grubby looking little candles that, because I kind of like the ones that are kind of not white, but just kind of a light gray looking color with this charcoal mixed in. I kind of like that color. So
I don't.
let's cross it. Y'all cross your fingers for us, because it's been a while since we've done this, so we're just we're winging it.
I don't know what Betty wrote.
Now let me see the ones that Betty.
These are some that Betty
made. Okay.
Betty made.
Show them right there. Come over here and show them in the camera. Those ones that Betty made.
Betty made these. Those some that.
These are, yeah. Now these are the ones that Betty Baker makes, and hers have a little loop. She actually makes
She
these
dips
candles.
hers.
She
She
dips
dips
them the
these,
old-fashioned way.
Oh, yeah.
And they have like a little circle down here, like a little where she's tied that wick, and you can hang them on a little, what you call that thing? A little wrought iron.
Yeah, a little metal thing, yeah. She does hers the old way.
Yes. And they look so good hanging on one of those little metal rods. But you know, I like them just like Mama's got them in a candle box. I think they look pretty just like this.
Your daddy made that candle box.
Daddy? Oh, my daddy made this candle box.
Some old walnut lumber he had.
Oh, Daddy, you did good. I love that. But those candles look pretty in there too.
It's beginning to melt.
Is it starting to melt?
Yeah, but it's wanting to bounce around.
Okay. Well, don't you get burnt.
I won't.
Here, hold it with the end of a spoon or something.
Think of the old days, how they stood out there and dipped him.
Oh, my goodness. Now, weren't the old ones made out of tallow? Yeah. Yeah. I've got one that's made out of
Where they did
tallow.
kill the hogs?
Yes, yeah. And now, you know, nowadays they make lotions and skin cream and everything out of that tallow. I just want some candles out of it.
I have to get this thing melted, and we get it melted.
I'm afraid you're going to burn your hand.
No. What you do to get the look?
What you do, the lengths that you will go to. Well, this is a good way, though, because, you know, when you try to buy these candles, I know what we paid for some candles on the spur of, you know.
Yeah.
All right, the wax is all melted, and I'm ready to start dipping these candles. And I'm just using a pair of needle nose pliers to hold the candles with by the wicks. And I've let my wax set here for just a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so, to kind of cool off, because if you dip these whites too hot, it just slides right off the candle. You want it to have a little bit more consistency. So let your wax set there for just a few minutes. So here we go. We're just going to dip this candle all the way in. And then we're just going to roll it in our little, I'm just kind of picking it up and rubbing some on it. And you can make these as grubby or as not grubby as you like. So I'm going to do one more coat of this.
There's a second coat.
Okay, trying to rub a little bit around the top. Let's dip this again. All right, now we'll set it over here to dry. They dry so fast. And again, if you don't like the color that you're getting after you dip it, say you want one that looks more of a tan color, then use more of a cinnamon mixture to roll them in. If you want the darker color that looks more gray, use more charcoal. You just play around with the mixture until you get the color that you want. So right now I've got some cinnamon, some coffee, and just a little bit of the charcoal. I kind of eased back on the charcoal a little bit because it was giving me a little too much of a gray look. So this is kind of the one that I've come up with, but you can play around with it till you get it like you like it. You just dip it and then roll it and just rub it around on there. So roll it around, then we're going to dip it again. Now if you like it after the first dipping and you don't want it, you like more of that white candle showing through, you can leave it at that. It's all just kind of how you want it to look. And some of you, if you like the little black flecks on there from the charcoal, if you don't, just pick them off. And no two are going to look alike. They're all going to have a little different look.
They're really grubby looking. That's what they like.
And I think what really makes them pretty is when you kind of just rub that stuff on.
I like them after the first coat.
You like them just one coat?
They're white.
Okay, now if you want them more white looking, Mama likes them just white.
I think it'd be,
We'll
try
just,
that one.
here's one that just, now it has the black on one side. You may not like that.
But it's more light though.
Probably if you're just going to dip them once, you probably want to make sure you get plenty of this on there.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah. Now see, here's the difference in the three that we just dipped. The one in the middle, I dipped it twice and rolled it twice, so it gives you the darker color if you'd rather have the darker color. These here that are a little more white looking, we just dip those once. So it's all just how you want them to look. So these are just lighter looking.
That's what you want.
Like I said, if you wanted one that didn't have that taupey looking color and you wanted it to look more of a cinnamon color, just run yours through cinnamon and don't put any of the coffee or the charcoal in there.
See what it does.
All right, we'll try one. Mama wants to try one with just
What that
cinnamon.
cinnamon will do with that.
Let's see what that does. And I'm just kind of rubbing that cinnamon on there.
Hope it stays on there. Pretty.
And that's going to give you more of a, I'm not going to say.
Kind of some of them might like that too.
You like that color?
Compare that to
Now that's compared to the
white.
first ones that we did.
Just what you.
It's just
really
all in
what you roll
preference.
it in, really.
Yeah, it's just what you roll it in. And you could even, if you get it and you don't like it,
Put a little bit black on it, then.
dip it again. Do you get it like you like it? That's the thing about it. You really can't mess them up. Just rub a little bit of this on here if you want it to be a little
base
bit
coat
darker.
yellow. Get your base coat and then add that.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
So to me, if you're going to do the cinnamon, you probably ought to do 2 dips
Yeah.
and add a little bit of the
Okay.
coffee on it, on top of it. Well, here's all the candles that we dipped. Mama had some emergency candles that she had had for a long time, and they were just a little bit longer than the ones that we got at the Dollar Tree. You can tell there's a little bit of difference in the length. And then these are the tapers, the long tapers that we did. And I think they're really pretty too. I like those too. So we've been dipping, dipping, dipping. And we put them just in this little wooden compote. And you can tell not every one are exactly alike. They all have a little bit different color. Some are the lighter. Just depends on how many times you dip them and what you roll them in. And you'll kind of figure that out as you make them. You'll decide which colors you like the best. But there's so many different things you can do with them. You can put them in these little wooden bowls or compotes or baskets, and I think they're really pretty. Well guys, I thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope some of you will give this a shot. It looks harder than what it is. It's really not hard, and once you get the hang of rolling it in the, whatever little concoction you come up with, it gets easier after you do a few. So make sure and give it a try. It's a really, just a simple and cheap way to get some really pretty candles to decorate with in your house. And it's the kind of candles that we love, that goes with our decor. So anyway, guys, I thank you for joining me this week, and be sure and tune back in next week because I'm going to be sharing my mom's home tour for summer. So she haven't had her own, I think, since Christmas. We haven't been in her house since Christmas, maybe to move around a few things, but she's always changing things around. So it'll be something new to see. So I just hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next one.